Oh
I-
yeah, we are live. What up, Steve?
what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
It's a lovely June 14th.
Is that what it
I
is?
don't know what time.
Jesus.
7 o'clock. I don't know. But just say what date it is. You never know if you're gonna get the next one. So, you know what I'm saying?
You know what was funny is the way you looked at me when you saw me right now with my hair and my glasses.
But yeah, dude. When you do the hair is like, wow, dude. That's like, I've seen you cut your hair before, but this one is like.
We're in a time of crisis.
Like, I don't know if you're trying to grow a fro like Black Lives Matter. I don't know.
I'm a blonde guy, matter.
Anyway.
No, but my glasses though. The reason being is well, I was with a lady friend the other night. I'm trying to blow you up here, and I, from what I've heard, you get pink eye. Here we go, so the world can see you.
Oh.
Oh shoot, let's go. Yeah, so I have the glasses on, and the reason being is it's possible pink eye. I guess the cables came out, Sergio. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But the thing is, good. I don't have to see it. I'd rather just see you if I.
Yeah.
Okay?
Let's see.
Yeah, I'd rather see you.
Yeah, but I want them to see you. I want them to see you.
Because then I'll be talking to a camera in a stairwell in a.
I know, but can you? But on Twitch though, they can see your face.
Twitch.
Yeah, you're like.
Facing that way for Twitch.
Yeah. That's why. Because we don't have the technology yet. Charles, our technological guru.
Oh, so we're doing the ghetto version for Twitch.
100%.
So when we just on the ghetto one, Twizzle. Okay.
Right? Yeah. Can you see across the way a little bit? Or no?
I can't see.
You can't see shit.
This serves me no purpose, but it's for your camera, right?
Yeah. Because if you look at fuck.
What the audience sees.
The audience sees your face. It's like your face is in like you have like a little head right underneath my arm. No, but my computer.
They can see what?
They can see your face.
They see what I see.
No, they see your face, and then they see me behind you, like because the camera's pointed at me and you.
Oh, so the camera's behind. Oh, I see what you say. So you use one camera for me. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Like my computer is shooting me and you right now.
Okay. Cool. All right, got you.
You know what I mean? Like, so I know it's like so weird. Like, it's almost so confusing to be so ghetto.
It's the ghetto version. I like you doing it.
I know. I don't know. You think about it, Sundays. I'm a one-man show here. I don't know
Is
shit.
that a front door or back door?
What?
Your door. Is that a back door or front door?
Well, considering my eyes, it would be the back door.
Okay. Oh yeah. Back to the eyes. Let's hear this story.
Well, no, we want to get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Who Cares Podcast, our 50th episode anniversary.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you, Serge.
Awesome, bro. You're making it happen.
Trying to, bro. We got to get the talent here, and we wouldn't have made it without people like you and Miss Meg Lee, the son of.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have made it.
It's a country song, I think. Whatever.
Are you singing country?
So go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I'm wearing glasses because it just so happens that sometimes you get real excited about a girl and you go deep.
Where are you going?
You tell me. I don't.
Clark Kent and shit.
Yeah.
Did you go into another booth?
I kind of. Well, she was delicious.
Oh, okay.
So all that whole area, I just went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes,
yeah,
when you play with fire, it's not her fault.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it is a little bit.
You didn't find yourself in deep shit, did you? I'm just saying. I'm trying to soften the blow with you. What's going on here? That's exactly what happened.
I don't know, Serge, but what did you say? We were talking earlier and you go, well, maybe my shirt.
Oh, your pink shirt. Oh, so you were saying what?
my shirt.
It's not a brown shirt.
It might have been a white shirt. Would you say reflected up?
It is a pink shirt, right?
Well, there's a lot of things pink going on here. Hence the glasses, but more than pink.
You have pink eye.
Yeah, I might have pink eye. Yeah, I know I have pink eye. Yeah.
So you're wearing the shirt in solidarity of having pink eye. Is that what it is? It's kind of like, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, they wear that shit. And you wear the pink shirt with the gator that ate all the shit.
No, you're absolutely down the right path, and we'll just leave it up to the audience to understand that. I mean, I can't, without.
You went down the path, my friend.
I did that dirt road.
Wow. Okay.
Well, if I ever want to date any girl again, maybe I should just set this one off and just go into the crisis of the day.
I salute your honesty, bro.
Thank you.
Wow. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Serge.
Shit.
Kind of sounds like
having me tell some shit like that is like sitting in the face, because I ain't saying shit.
Hey, look at, then they know if we're honest about that, Serge. Then they know that we're. If they know that we're honest about that, then they know that we're honest about everything else that we talk about.
Oh yeah.
If we're willing to like let ourselves go like that,
we'll keep it real like that. Yeah, man. So shit, man. It's been a crazy series of days, weeks, months. I mean, we went from COVID lockdown to, where we are now, which is, I feel like I'm in the Matrix. So, but what do you want to start with? What do you want to talk about?
I think what we're looking at, like, what we're seeing is a complete, like you talked to me earlier about a reversal of everything, and I think that the youth of today, they're getting like blanketed as they're all like these, they have no idea what's going on. They're just sheep, which a lot of them are.
Yeah.
As we all are when we're young,
Yeah. I don't know who's dumber. The youth or
the administrations.
The adults.
Right.
I would the adults, and then the adults that came before, the generation before that.
Right.
I put it on them.
100%.
What's going on right now is this didn't come out of nowhere. A lot of this stuff was planned. You've heard of the Bilderbergs and all that stuff. Society's changing. The world's cosmically changing. Dude, we're getting like crazy cosmic anomalies happening, energy bursts, weird things are happening. In fact, I saw something about Africa. One of the tectonic plates, is turning counterclockwise now instead of clockwise with the other plates. It's going backwards.
Under Africa?
Yeah, under Africa. Yeah. So there's brothers, like, what is going on? We go this way, and now we go that way. I don't know. But a lot of weird things are happening in the world.
Right.
And you got to pay attention to it. Only thing I can tell people is, whatever you're into, hopefully it's positive.
Right.
Don't be fooled by dark magic and stuff like that. Don't even mess with that. I'm telling you. But
maybe okay. So the youth. Let's talk about the youth first, because we'll get into the older adults, because I think that yes, I do blame it on the adults.
Grounded while all this stuff is going on.
Right.
Break out. That's my message.
What is it? To be grounded?
Just say spiritually grounded, and like stick to as much family as you can if you have any.
Right.
Just in our family you can't. Our family is not going to be, people stopped meeting at the dinner table a long time ago.
Right.
And that's all design. But whoever you're cool with and can break bread with, you can talk to them, or don't debate about what's going on.
Right.
Talk about how you feel and try to find common ground with it.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful, man. Like, because I've seen so many like issues happen, like not really necessarily in my family, but a little bit. And then everybody gets real riled up, but more so like, you see other family members like of other families, go to, and the dad just is so into Trump, and the other guy, the nephew is into whatever, Bernie Sanders, and all of a sudden it's like a World War III, and neither one of Bernie Sanders or Donald Trump or any one of these motherfuckers would ever get their back.
one of the worst things that could ever happen to us was also social media. That's where the kids come in,
right?
And the adults also, and you got the TikTok motherfuckers. There you got LeBron doing fucking whatever that bullshit is. But
definitely not Twitch though. We love Twitch right now. We definitely love Twitch right now.
I haven't seen the Twitch shit yet. But everybody thinks they're entertainers,
right?
And they get lost in the soup of trying to get likes and all this
right.
stuff, selfies, and
right.
You got little young girls got their, twerking. And you know what? You do what you want to do, but it's like a lot of the stuff is mindless. So we're becoming a mindless society.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got media. Mm-hmm. And media is never going to tell you the truth. And this is the thing. From all the groups, Black Lives Matter to LGBT to whatever the media is supporting, whatever they're driving.
Mm-hmm. We'll stay away from that.
From Caitlyn, whatever they're driving, Caitlyn, whatever his name is.
Or on the other side, what is it? The
driving.
What's the Trump ones? The MAGA.
Well, hold on.
Whatever it's called. Okay.
Whatever media is driving, most likely you should go the other way. Because they don't care about you. And basically what I'm saying, Black Lives Matter,
it's a
trap. It's a trap. Because we know that it may have started out as a good organization or a good reason to band together. Mm-hmm. But you got to look at who's at the top. You got the Dr. Evil, right. Batman, or whatever. You got that evil villain that's has a proven track record of going around the world and destroying entire countries. He got arrested in Russia. For some reason, he got let go. Maybe it's some Masonic thing. I don't know. But he got let go. But I don't see why. But
surprise.
Out of it.
Right.
The guy is completely evil, but he's funding Black Lives Matter.
No, he is.
Strange. Don't you think?
No.
But
yeah.
What are we going to do? We're going to take the money, right? Everybody want the bag.
Let me ask you, though, besides that, we talked a lot about that the last time, but do you think it's surprising that it's lasted this long, these protests and the vitriol and all that?
No.
Or is that a direct representation because he's funding it, or whoever, a lot of people are funding these?
It's a worldwide scam. They scammed us on the COVID.
Right.
Because I didn't see one person drop dead from that. I mean, much love to the people that have suffered and died from this.
Right.
But when you really look into it, a lot of people had other complications. And of course, with this causes, what I'm saying that this thing is a scam is, maybe I watched too many movies. But the last time I checked, a pandemic is when people die by the millions. You see what I'm saying?
Well, they say that they were coming up on 1 million, though.
That's worldwide.
Right.
I'm talking about millions. In a city.
So what you're basically saying is people in Indonesia, fuck them. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Deal with your own area because
I'm just messing around. No, we would love everybody.
Six corporations owned by 3 dudes.
Right. And those corporations like Alibaba and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Goes out to. It's very controlled how you can get people to think. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, they're signing all these executive orders and all this stuff. And they're trying to do this with money. Remember, they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to get rid of money, too. Like, paper money is probably one of the best things you could ever have because you get to do private shit. Mm-hmm. And that's part of your freedom. Now you're locked into it. Even though we use credit cards.
I know.
Locked into this money system where
if
you say, hey, I don't like Pelosi or I don't like.
Right. Well, let's speaking of that, let's just
shit down.
Right.
That's it.
Right. And you're absolutely right about going into that, but I don't think that college kids or maybe kids that are 17. There's one girl that, not the girl that gave me the pink eye, but this other girl. I'm going to post it. I go, what are you doing on the old Snapchat? And she says, oh, my mom's.
She wasn't marching. Hopefully she wasn't.
No, she was. There's a shit.
She gave it to you.
No, this is a different girl.
Okay.
Completely different girl. This one's younger.
Okay. That's pink.
See, I'm on the front lines right here, Serge. I'm on the front lines with the young girls.
Okay.
So I'm just laying it out there. But anyways, on my Snapchat. I'll post it on our Twitter or whatever, and I because I had to screenshot it, and I go, well, she goes, I'm going to the protest. And I go, okay, well, do you know what you're protesting against? I mean, you have to ask that. And she goes, oh, you know that black thing?
Yeah.
I swear to God, bro. And I'm like, oh, the fuck is she talking about?
We are in a instant gratification, here and now society. We really don't care. All we know is that the grass is greener. We want to take pictures of ourselves. We really don't care. We become insensitive to everything.
Right.
Most people don't know what the Black Lives Matter movement was.
Do you think they want to just belong?
Nobody would have known unless Soros put his money into it.
I know,
now it's worldwide.
But do you think at the end of the day, like from everybody, from white people to black people to Asian people to whatever, do you think they just wants to belong to something?
I think it's a racially, and not in defense of anybody who's not black. Even the word black.
I know.
A funny thing, because we've gone from people of color, we've gone from niggers or whatever they call us.
Or Hulk Hogan's wife still called on Twitter. She goes Afro Americans. Hulk Hogan's wife. Hulk Hogan's wife.
To African Americans.
She's still.
Now we're black.
Did you hear that? I'm sorry, real quick.
That's a strange thing.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Hulk Hogan's wife, Linda, said something that she was very against the Afro Americans. On Twitter. I haven't heard that term since, like, what is that?
Listen, you gotta understand. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I think we should as a people, we should step very carefully
how
we title things.
Right.
We started out Negroes, and we went to colored, then we went to African Americans. No, we went to blacks, or blacks and African Americans. So we've had all these different things. Why they keep changing the name?
Right.
Of people of color. Why? And that's a whole deeper story.
Right.
That maybe we could talk about down the road. But why do they keep changing their names? And why you call us black? Well, we're not really black.
Well, yeah, right. Well, exactly. Like
the term Black Lives Matter. We're trying to unify something. So the thing is, like, I don't know. I would have titled it different if I started this. I would call it, Justice for All, or Fight for Justice, or something like that. It works as a pro thing, but it works as a con thing too, because it might alienate other people. Color been on the beat down for so long.
Right.
Yeah, they're supposed to speak up for like
injustice.
Against, injustices and things
police
like
brutality or injustice or not getting a fair shake.
High off the cake.
Right.
Or a lot of people assume that just because you're white, you're what do they call it? White privilege.
Yeah, white privilege. Yeah.
It ain't always like that. There's a lot of big struggles going on.
Yeah, I know.
There's, I just think the titling of it could have been something different, a little more unified.
Right.
Because it just, every time I hear Black Lives, it causes a separation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just. And of course, then when those people came out, everybody lives matters, and like I understand that too, because the subject is Black Lives Matter, you dummy. It's not everybody's lives, you stupid idiot. But the actual Black Lives does separate by saying that it does put people on the defensive. It puts them on the defensive.
Because what's the person going to say? Well, all lives matter.
Right, exactly. So it's a setup, right? It puts them on the defensive, right?
It's set up to fuel something.
Right.
Well, you don't care about. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
It fuels.
The separation.
It fuels more separation and maybe violence and knocking heads and stuff. Like, there was a situation where this guy came in with a bow and arrow.
What?
Well, all lives matter. Next minute, he's trying to kill whoever.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He got his ass whooped. And that's not funny, but yeah, that's a perfect example where people care and then they get shut out because they say something like that. Like, oh, Black lives doesn't matter as much as all lives. You know what I mean? So it's just a bad title to have a movement. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're saying that they set the opposition up to say all lives matter, and then when they do say that, what the fuck are you guys saying? That's racist.
If the campaign was all lives matter from the beginning, that would have been even better. to me.
Yeah, but it's not giving.
To start out, and I know it's supposed to be about
Yeah.
the injustices that happen to people of color, but when you let some dude in, he's a big baller.
Mm-hmm.
This dude.
Oh, right.
Entire nations.
Right. Don't take that Greek Jews money. Black Lives Matter is what you're saying.
Now Black Lives Matter is on everything. On everything. Every commercial you see. Every corporation. That's what they got. NBA, NFL, all this shit.
Yeah, everywhere. Even when I went to go make some stuff in some. Excuse me. Some. Goddamn. Some visuals in a particular program, and the only particular things that came up right away, because I wanted like black on white or whatever, and everything that was an example was Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how did this even get into this too?
The thing is, how did overnight?
Right.
That shit is on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Every corporate. I mean, you're watching a Wendy's commercial. Oh, by the way, Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Now you're being condescending. You know what I mean?
Right. Where the fuck were they at before?
So the two things I'm going to say really quickly is to my people, to young people, to people of color. There are good people who represent Black Lives Matter. Of course, that's how it started. But now you got George Soros money in there, and you gotta research who George Soros is so you can understand he did his own people in back in the day. Like, you know, he was collecting all the gold from the Jews' teeth and taking their jewelry and their shoes and all that shit. You know, he did that when he was a teenager. And they interviewed him, and he said, "Do you regret that?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "Damn, you did that to your own people, and now you're coming over to Black Lives Matter?" I'm like, "Yo, it's a trap. Get the fuck out!" And everybody's like, "What's Sergio talking about? Come on, listen." You know what I mean? So, because people don't do their research. Because you always, I don't care what's going on, what organization, what's happening. If it's a war, whatever, follow the money.
Right.
Gotta see where the money's coming from. And that'll tell you everything. And, you know, with the media and all this stuff and all these corporations, Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 it just seems so full of shit. Because if it was the case, these corporations would have been at these police stations saying, "Yo, is it your training? What's going on where all these people are getting knocked off like this?" And it's just, and I think it comes from, you know, the training. I think it does come from the training.
Right. So, okay, let's speak on that. So the youth right now in Seattle, in Seattle, Washington, 7 blocks, they've taken over. I don't know. I haven't watched the news today, but
that's a whole nother thing. That's Antifa, bro. That's a whole.
What do you mean? What do you mean that's different?
Worldwide. They're worse than Al Qaeda. So worldwide.
Wait, you're saying that right now? Wait, hold on. You're saying Antifa is worse than Al Qaeda?
Yes, and guess who's funding them?
George Soros.
Here's Georgie. You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Money, and it comes back to the same fucking place, bro.
He's that much of a disruptor,
you know
huh?
Who's his cohorts are? You'll be shocked. But let me be clear.
Would they be like, you know? Not, and I'm not a Republican or Democrat, either one of them. But it was hilarious when you see Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer wearing Kenta robes. What the fuck?
I've never worn Kenta. What is you doing? And taking a knee like you, Tebow. You know, taking a knee, and you can look this up. I can't speak on it yet. No, I'm going to speak on it, and then I'm going to look it up.
I have no idea what they're doing. I mean, just
it's a Freemasonic movement. It's kind of a.
I think it's insulting.
It has something to do with it, and everybody taking a knee like that, bro. I mean, okay.
I know.
I don't want to ramble too much.
Right.
Let's go back to.
Well, but basically the yeah, no, but
was a great player until he started throwing to the damn bleachers. Right?
Okay, but you know what I heard about him though. You know what I heard that he went and asked I mean, who knows, right? I'm just throwing it out there. Everybody can research it. He went and asked a couple servicemen what he thinks he should do instead of sitting on the bench to protest during the national anthem. They said, "Well, why don't you just take a knee?" So that's why he actually did it originally.
Oh, well, you know what?
If that's the case, then
to me, that's. I don't want to bust your bubble. That's unimportant to what is really going on.
Right.
See, I'm trying to go into like the big picture.
Well, I understand that, but it starts somewhere, right? So those people wouldn't have kneeled.
NFL. If all these before any of this shit happened,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
If all these people played for the NFL, and it's majority people of color, right?
Right.
Why? I bust my I hit my head against the wall about this. Why in the fuck didn't every billionaire's sports team go to every state and every city or whatever, go down there and say, hey, what's going on?
Right.
Why have a meeting? Why
Yeah, right.
middle of the stadium? Why couldn't they just have, okay,
Man.
they make their money in the NFL, but I'm sure they know how to communicate. Why didn't they say, yo, let's just take it upon ourselves and go down there? And, you know,
Man.
whether it's film, we have media there or whatever, we are meeting with the police and saying, yo, what is it? Is your training? Is this your protocol to do this? Like, there was no dialogue. It was just him taking a knee and then issue with the military. Then Donald Trump
said something. Right.
That's despicable and like it created this big fight where they could have just nipped it in the bud. Because it's by design, man.
By design. Let me ask you this, Serge. They couldn't do that, right? What you just said right now. I think everybody. I'm gonna clip that and put that into every fucking advertisement for everything, because that is so absolutely true. Because if these fucking NFL teams can go into these, pretty much keep the cities hostage, if you don't pay this amount of money for our new stadium, and we've done all of our own research and we've gone on it, we know that you guys have the money for this, and it pretty much bankrupts a lot of cities just so they think, because they don't want to, because if they lose the team, like, maybe the Colts left Baltimore, remember back in the day, and then the whole city riots against all, because they need their NFL, all that. If they couldn't do that kind of research like they do to fucking make sure that they can build their brand new beautiful ass stadium like they're building here in Los Angeles, then they can't go in there and see what the problem is. Why our own the guys that we value so much, our players, they're not fucking horses, they're people, and they're the ones that bring in the revenue because they're the ones that actually play the fucking game. So why can't the company fucking
together, whether officially through the NFL or unofficially amongst each other? I'm sure they have somebody who can get in touch with everybody, right? And say, hey,
local leaders,
let's go down, go down there, get in their face, and you know what? Let's let the media know we're going there too. Right.
So what's the right way to handle it? Right. What's the right way to handle this? Yeah. What's the right way to handle this? Right.
And then how many NBA teams are there?
Right.
Now you got the NBA, NFL.
None of them
converging on all the police departments. Say, yo, what's going on?
Right. But none of them.
It's a done deal. But because this whole thing is by design, this is the thing. I want people to be calm because this just didn't come out of nowhere. It didn't come out of just some dude. But he there was a kneeling on the neck, but this was inevitable.
Right.
Because
it was inevitable.
To cause confusion. And, look, this COVID thing, man.
Yeah, man, you couldn't pick a better.
Bro.
You couldn't pick a better fucking time, right?
Come on, bro.
Jesus.
Everybody batting down the hatch. Be like, but I need food. Oh, we close. Well, maybe I should see a movie. Oh, no, we close. Come on,
right?
Man.
Let's release it at the time when everybody's been pent up for fucking 3 months and they're already like, just.
I mean, people are uptight. People are focused. People are frustrated. But the timing is just, it's like watching a movie.
Right. You couldn't script it any better.
Yeah. I'm so glad I watch short films now. I watch some shit on YouTube, Amuletto, and I watch short films and stuff like that. But
hello? Oh, shit. What the hell happened? Serge? I leave for 1 second here. Serge, what happened to you? God damn it. Well, that's not good. See, this is what happens when we don't have our, on Sundays, when you leave it up to Steven. Steven just tries to look handsome with glasses. And wears pink shirts for his pink eye. Shit. Steven's not a producer. How about that? He is a producer, but he can't produce himself. Charles, where are you? Ant, where are you? No, I'm just kidding. They do the Jackson and his greatest business partner the world's ever known, and Charles is an amazing producer. I didn't even tell them I was going live today with our stuff. So, but the thing about it is that we have to. This is going to be part of our 50th anniversary special for the Who Cares the podcast, available on any platform, as it's iTunes, whether it's Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher. You just type in the Who Cares podcast. There we are. And so Sergio was gracious enough to want to do a segment for that. And once we start getting on here on Twitch, all the gloves are off. We got to start talking about some real shit. And so I apologize here. We're going to have to get him back on the... It's live, people, right? You can't mess with live. I'm not gonna cancel it. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm sorry, it just feels so weird. It's like I can't even see you guys, but I can see you because I'm wearing glasses. To everybody out there that wears glasses full time, how the fuck do you do this? I knew I look much smarter, but I'm not that smart. All I am is hopefully a conduit or a middleman to the answers. So let's get Serge back here on the line. All right. That's how we do it here. Damn, that's not a good look for me. No wonder I never wear glasses. Dun, 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 bum, bum, bum. No, I want to phone. Bum, 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 bum. We are the same. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that.
I was going while you was fixing the camera.
Oh, for real?
Whole time.
Yeah, no, you were, but the computer died, and I tried to let the people know that.
A moment.
Maybe that was a moment of silence. Yeah. Is that what you trying to say?
I don't know where I was because we were somewhere. But anyway, so I can tell young people don't believe everything you hear.
There you go. Yes. Expand on that real quick, please. Let me blow you up again here. Okay. Yes, sir. And I told everybody, look at. Okay, here we go. Sergio's back in the house, and what were you just about to say right now? I apologize.
Oh yeah, because I don't know where we stopped at and what happened. You said the computer died. Word is a moment of silence. But all in all, what I'm trying to get out to the young people is don't believe everything you see or hear. We're living in an age of technology where things can be manipulated.
Absolutely.
Try to find like minds that recognize the things you recognize, but don't push it. Don't be like, well, oh no, it was like this, it was like that. The best thing to do, you got a computer or something, then you can kind of pull up information, and just don't pull up one thing. Right. Try to pull up multiple things, and don't be like, oh, you're stupid. You try to just share information and try to find common ground.
Absolutely.
It's the number one no-no, especially with family, especially with other. Like I would never talk politics and stuff with anyone because it's kind of like talking religion. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't want. Oh, Jesus is the greatest.
But we need to talk. But Serge, we need to talk to our own family about this. And I'm not going to say anything about my own family, but some of them have gone crazy, and they're saying terms like non-black person of color. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, this is the thing. It's.
Have you ever heard a term like that? Non-black person of color.
It's not even a story, but I remember seeing this lady, and she was with her child, and we're in a restaurant, and the child's going like a little ballistic and shit. You know, I'm looking at the kid, and I don't mind if the child's crying or whatever.
Right.
But he was going off, and she reaches in her bag and hands him an iPad. Quieter than the church mouse.
Right.
This is the problem.
Right.
I remember when I was growing up, I know we live in a different time.
Me. Oh my God, it's covering your face.
At the dinner table.
Right.
Or we had a traditional point that we met up. I mean, you know, we used to go to church before and all that stuff, but we didn't traditionally do it, but we met at the table.
Right.
Then we got these.
Even if you didn't like, what about if you didn't like each other? But you still met at the table. How about that?
You still met at this table.
Right.
I mean,
that's what I mean. Like, and you get it out there. You get it out, whatever it is.
Listen, I think they've been working on dividing the family for a long time, and you can see what's going on. This place, we've lost our moral compass. And I'm not saying,
right.
Whatever you do, whatever your lifestyle is, but we've lost our moral compass. So it's broken up the family. Plus, we got these little scrying mirrors, which are your laptop. I mean, shit, I'm guilty. I got one. I got an Apple phone, but I don't stand in line for 3 days for this shit.
Right.
That's retarded to me.
Well, you mean like the first day that the iPhone was gonna be coming out the 12 or something like that, right? You're not gonna wait in line at Best Buy?
No. I don't Black Friday nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I think that was a testing ground for us, Black Friday, when they were like, "Oh, let's see how they act. Let's see how these animals act."
Well, did you hear? I heard a story about that, about what Black Friday was based on, and I didn't want to go there.
With a baby carriage just to get a TV that costs $7 to manufacture.
And you see all races almost killing each other over that shit.
Dude, it's
a bunch of Karens.
What's happening now is a psyop on people. I don't know if there's other things when you go to these riots, whatever, that they point at people to elevate their emotions. I don't know. But we are living in that sci-fi era.
They're preying on people's basic emotions.
How to get people to find that common place. Because listen, I spend so much time on my computer or on my it's like a natural thing, and that's what a lot of other people do. They're on TikTok doing it, and everybody wants to be famous, but yet they don't want to
do the research
that it takes to be famous.
Right.
You can be instantly famous.
Right.
So people become lovers of themselves. And in some way, it's a good thing, but it's about we're going down this road where if we let up all our freedoms, we are going to have no say-so in anything. That's what there was some dude, I can't remember his name. I'll find that link a little later. He was like, you have no right, with the COVID thing. He goes, with this, you have no rights. You have no right to say no. You have no right to go.
Oh, with COVID? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you had no rights, and that's what's crazy because everybody, it wasn't discriminatory against any race. It wasn't discriminatory against black. It wasn't discriminatory. Everybody, rich, white, poor, brown, it doesn't matter.
What I'm saying, like,
and then all of a sudden,
this is what.
Then they made it. Then because I think everybody's kind of getting along because they always like, oh shit, this COVID shit might kill all of us, and then all of a sudden this happens.
With this technocracy, they're coming for everybody.
Right.
This is like, you know what? You can Black Lives Matter all you want.
Yeah. What happens when there's no country and we're all equal in some horrible time?
Not me. They're not coming after me. Yes, your ass too.
Right. 100%.
When I say everybody, they're starting with the children and start looking at what's going on with children and all this pedophilia. They're trying to make it more legal. Right. And like all this weird shit going on. Weird shit. You know, people trying to, cut their kids' dicks off.
You know what's crazy? I don't, and people got mad at me for saying this, but I said, you watch with everything that's being, and look at, we understand whatever you want to be, who you want to, but as far as pretty soon, all the rights for the separate bathrooms, all that, and I'm not saying that they're even close to what I'm about to say, but you watch in about 5 to 10 years, if people don't say, well, you don't like a pedophile?
Yeah.
Why would you want a pedophile? Like, they have rights too. No, they don't fucking have rights.
And listen, I got love for all kinds of people.
Right.
You know what? After a while, in a few years, I'm gonna be like, oh, Timor, here goes a straight guy again.
Right.
Get him.
Look, I have met best people from every race, every gender, every whatever. But as the way that they're trying to force this shit.
But the thing, you're trying to force it down my throat. No pun intended. It's.
Or my eyes.
You can't be, you gotta look at that, and you gotta be like, wait a minute, why is this seesaw so fucked up? Like
the leverage, all right, I got you.
Opinion. Even if you want to hate, I don't really condone it, but as long as you're not hurting somebody physically.
Right. Yeah, like what if you? Yeah, okay, so let's say that, Sergio. What if somebody is a racist? All right. But that word's been getting thrown around so easily. Everybody's a goddamn racist, right? So, but if anybody, who gives a fuck if somebody's a racist? Let them be a racist in their own little. As long as they say.
A long time ago, and I don't think I even
stand over there.
But somebody asked me, "What do you think a racist is?" I said somebody whose mission is to deter your to disrupt your way of life, your progress.
Simply because
it's making an effort to destroy your way of life so you can't have what they have.
Simply because of your race or ethnicity.
Tie you to a bumper and drag you down the street.
Right, but
like there's different. Bigotry and racism is two different things.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Like Archie Bunker, where that guy was a bigot. He doesn't have the courage. Talking about the character or whatever. He didn't have the courage to go actually beat somebody up, right?
Somebody who doesn't want your existence, who would ethnically cleanse you if they had a chance. That's what that is. And they use this word. So I used to say this when I was a kid, or even in the early 90s. I was like, why do they use that? It's just too strong of a word.
Right.
The word hate. It's a strong word. So
or racist. I don't know if I know any real racists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe I do. I mean, I don't know, but that would mean that they would never talk to somebody, or they wouldn't even engage somebody, in my mind, because of their race or because of their ethnicity. Or
if a white man or a black man has a daughter that has, for whatever reason, his daughter has a boyfriend that's not of his race.
Right.
Is that racist for him kind of not to want that?
No.
Some people just want to keep their shit the way they've always known.
Right.
Some people, it's for religious reasons. Some people, it's for, I remember dating this girl, and she was South African. She was like, you know what? If my father, a gorgeous girl.
A white girl?
A little bit of pee just came out just thinking about it.
Wow.
So,
well, she was one of the apartheid. She was one of the apartheid ladies.
He would take my head off. She said he would cut my head off.
Right.
I was like, ha ha ha, that's crazy.
Right. You didn't even think about that.
No, for real. Physically.
Yeah.
Because they
that's a racist.
Africa, and their whole family would be outed because.
Right.
So it didn't just affect
him.
It affected the whole family if I showed up at her house.
So it's almost like it goes on so much traditions that's been ingrained in them, and he realizes he might not even be. Well, he probably did.
He might not even be that way.
Right, but he probably was. But
how do you motivate people?
Right.
Fear, and that's what they're using now in the media and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Fear, and you know what? Sometimes I try to understand it, but I'm like, damn, if I didn't understand what I understand now, I'd be going
crazy. Yeah, me too.
Because you gotta understand what they're trying to do. The hard part is watching the people do it. And how do you go, hey? And they should, and they don't,
and they're doing it blindly. They're not doing it. They know what they're fucking doing. From Sean Hannity to Chris Cuomo to all those motherfuckers. They're doing it to incite.
Sometimes you gotta let people just walk up that cliff. I mean, if you can save a couple, cool. But sometimes you gotta let them just go over that cliff. I mean, what are you gonna do? Look at the cop who stood in front of the pawn shop, got shot in the head.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Wow. Is that the one that he was a 73-year-old whatever? Yeah.
Married cop. Yeah.
And his life matters.
Shot in the head, bro. Like, wow.
They executed him, but we didn't have that on film though.
Some of the people in this world, I just.
Do you think if we would have had that on film, Serge, that it would be much bigger? It would have been a much bigger thing.
Good spirits.
If we would have had that cop or ex-cop on film, would that even have mattered? Because he's kind of on the wrong side of the agenda.
Well, he got killed by his own, own race. But
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like,
caught the guy. I mean, allegedly. I don't know what the facts are.
Right, but then also, who killed the person in Atlanta? I know you said that to me.
That was a cop. They shot him in the back.
Was he white?
They didn't have to shoot him in the back.
They shot him in the back?
And they were having a good conversation. But this is what the man did, though. He was drunk out of his mind.
Yeah.
They were very cordial to him. Because the recording's online. You can pull it up. They were talking for a while. They talked like good 5 minutes. And then he was like, my girl and over here. And then because he fell asleep in the drive-through.
Drive-through?
And that's how they caught up with him. I guess
he fell asleep in a drive-through?
He pulled up in the parking lot and he was just getting out the car. He fell asleep.
Yeah.
Because he was drunk out of his mind.
Well, that should be the right thing to do.
He was making no sense. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy. He seemed like
I know, but let me ask you, how many times has that happened to us, right? Like we're too drunk to drive, so we're like, hey, let's just pull into like this area right here. I'll sleep in the car. Okay, all of a sudden I get woken up, and maybe I'm like a little, whoa, okay, what the fuck's happening here?
But this guy was clearly drunk out of his mind.
Oh, still, huh?
Where he was.
Okay.
He didn't. I mean, he kept saying, "I'm over here. I'm here." Blah 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 blah. But they're having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
They're still. He still hasn't gotten up yet.
Gotten up?
And he's sitting in the car and he's like, "Yeah, I'm over here. I'm in here."
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm over in the bank here. And after a while, he wasn't making sense because he kept saying things that didn't match up with what he said before.
Right.
So he stood up. He started talking to him. And they still gave another 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes went by. And he's talking to him. And actually, he was smiling with the cop. He was laughing at something the cop said. And everything was great.
Yeah.
Until they said,
well, not great.
I believe you're drunk. You've had too much to drink.
Yeah.
We're going to have to, put your hands behind your back.
Yeah.
No rough stuff, nothing.
Not like the Long Beach Police Department against me.
As soon as they got to get ready to clip the cuffs, homeboy busts out of there.
And bolts, there goes.
Wrestles them to the ground. Ends up on top of both of them almost. I think one of them.
Wait. He runs, but then he jumps on top of him?
Hold on. No. Because getting out of the cuffs and shit, he was rough tussling with them on the floor.
Yeah. Wait, I don't understand. So they went to cuff him.
They went to cuff him.
And then he jumps on top of him?
All hell breaks loose. There was no resistance. There was no yelling. Everything was like smooth. But they were like, yo, you had too much to drink, man. We got to put you under arrest.
Right.
So he's like, his voice changed a little bit. He's like, listen, we believe you had too much to drink. You're under arrest.
And he's like, all right, then it's on then. Yeah, it's all right, it's on then.
Within a split second, that's when he broke out. One cop grabbed him. They fall to the floor. The other cop gets on top. Somehow, this dude had super strength.
They always, if it's not Rodney King, is that?
I've had a couple of whatever, not with cops, but with whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Situation.
I'm not laughing, people. I'm not laughing at the situation.
When you go to the floor, I mean, you got 2 dudes on you. He was like
throwing people off.
Dude, it was like one of those movies, and I hope everybody piles on. He's like, oh! Punches one of the cops in the face.
Oh.
I don't know if that's the other. I think he has one of the cops' tasers.
Oh.
And then he just takes off running.
Oh.
One of the cops had tased him before he took off running.
Jesus.
So he's got the tasers in him. And I'm telling you, this dude had a spirit of something.
It's called PCP?
He's got shit in it. I don't know. No, I don't know. And then they run off screen because a couple were filming them. So you got their POV too. They were filming them.
Why did they do something?
And you may do something.
Why don't they just be like, hey, why are you...
Dude, homeboy is rolling. He's out of there. I think he had a taser in his hand.
Jesus.
And then
so now they would say that he's a guy with a weapon.
And then they shoot him in the back. I think it was
Wow.
2 pops. Pop, pop.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing with police training.
They're gonna kill you.
You already got a situation, right? I don't think they should have shot him in the back.
Absolutely not.
I mean, even though the guy punched you, yeah, you're in a
I mean-
heightened moment, whatever, but let the motherfucker run. You got a car.
Who cares? Yeah, right. Well, it depends. Okay.
You got a car.
Okay. Now look at.
Run out. I don't know. He might have ended up in Texas by the time he stopped.
He was that fast.
I hate to, there's nothing funny about it. When you see the footage,
No, I know.
this dude had super strength.
But let me ask you on this, okay? Because I remember a couple years ago after the Trayvon thing, and there was a dude that
Yeah.
all he had was like I think he didn't pay some alimony or something like that, and he did end up running, and then the cop ran him down and through the forest. I think it was in South Carolina or something like that,
Yeah.
and the cop ran him down and just cold blood just shot him in the back, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
And that to me is like when I was talking to my dad about a little bit of this, and he was a sheriff. And he goes, you got as a cop, you have to assess the situation. What is the right, risk versus reward, or what is the punishment fits? Even though you're trained to kill, because if everybody always gets upset when the cops, they didn't shoot him in the knee. No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, they're there to kill you. That's what they're trained to do. They're gonna kill you. So if you get fucked, so if your parents call the cops on you, or if your fucking friend calls the cops on you, or if anybody that you know calls the cops on you, fuck them. You might as well kill them because they're putting you in a motherfucking bad situation. I'm serious. Like, it's really that bad. Like, you don't know when the cops are called on you.
Hey, listen, there's
You don't know. Like, if you do one wrong thing. The only reason I said that because in this 50th anniversary episode, Serge, Megan was talking about how her dad, he was mad at her because she didn't answer his phone call. So he thought, and he was an ex-cop, and he calls the cops on her. And they talked to her, but what she didn't know, there was an undercover unit too following her. The cops left. She goes up the hill. They fucking all converge on her ass. You can tell her, get the fuck out of the car, right? And they've got she said about 8 different dudes, guns blazing. They're waiting. And she if she makes one wrong, I mean, they're not even saying like.
They're so trigger happy, but this is the thing also. In certain places, I think in Long Beach too.
Just don't get yourself in that position.
They had a cell phone, and I think they shot
Right.
30 sometimes.
Right.
Some divisions, I
Long Beach is one of them.
you have to look it up. I think I had to look this up.
Absolutely.
The protocol is to basically empty your weapon.
Right. The protocol is to disable your opponent. The fastest, quickest way out. That's all they think about.
And bro, I think I said this before when I was rambling on the other podcast. I sat next to K9 unit of Rampart. They were bragging.
I remember you said that. Yeah.
Bragging, but they didn't realize I was sitting there. Maybe they thought I was another cop or whatever. And I'm eating by myself, and they're bragging about how many, But
See, that's weird.
it's different shit going on, man.
See, that's weird because if you're a cop,
Necessarily we need them, but it's
We need 'em.
so scary when they pull you over.
right?
I remember
So when you
specifically, I'm in college in Ohio. I used to go to a school called Wilberforce. I think we were on the road to Dayton or somewhere. We were to another city. I'm sleeping in the front seat, right? It's just me and my boy. No, it's me, Ollie, and Jersey. So we're in the car and we're driving to like an IHOP or some shit. I'll pull us over.
Spencer ass IHOP.
I'm laying back in my seat, still got my eyes closed, right? Motherfuckers pull up, no joke. No, I'm not bullshit. They go, what you niggers doing around here?
No, for real.
I said,
Jesus.
and I've still got my eyes closed. I said, listen, get the fucking light out my face. Right? And he's looking at me. I'm like, listen, we ain't from around here, man. We don't play that shit.
Right. What are you from? What are you from? Like 1827?
I don't know. I'm like, we don't play that shit.
100%. That's dope.
I'm not didn't get angry. I just said we don't play.
That's dope though. That's the way you diffuse it, kind of.
From New York though, we wasn't having that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But maybe somebody in Ohio would take that on the chin. You know what I mean? But we wasn't having it. I mean, it was. We know how to respond.
Yeah, you guys are more advanced. I mean, that's just what it is, and that's what we're seeing, is that like, but sometimes we're too smart for like. the advancement of societies, but then all of a sudden people start to. I'm not talking about you, but you know what I'm saying, like the advancement of sometimes because we live in these big cities, so to speak, that we're looking at these rural. And yes, that guy's a podunk idiot. They're like a damn hick.
Happened to me when I first moved to LA. This was like when the gang banging was hard and you get jacked in the you get jacked for your. This was the Boys in the Hood era. Right. I moved to LA like 90.
Red BMW.
Right around that time, so it was still buck wild.
Yeah.
And I just went to a club. I think I went to Tattoos. Met some chick, and I'm supposed to go meet her. And oh no, she was. Wait, was she with me? I don't know. I had a brand new Lexus, everything looking fly. Got on Sanella pants.
Good thing you weren't in Ohio.
Pocket full of money, just chilling, looking clean, feeling lovely. And he pulls me over. He asks for ID, and he goes, "Yeah, why don't you go ahead and sit on the curb?" I go, "Excuse me?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, go sit on the curb."
Mm-hmm.
I go, I said, "Listen, am I under arrest?" He goes, "No." I was like, "I'd gladly sit in your squad car, but I ain't sitting on no motherfucking curb.
Yep.
That ain't happening."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, you definitely ain't from around here." And then he ran my shit, and he's like,
Why would you think you're a gang member, though, Serge?
"Huh?"
Why would you think you're a gang member, though? You know what I mean? By you saying that, that's kind of crazy. Like you're
automatically, because LA, it's LA.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that.
I'm surprised how people, so many people of color,
Right.
were or still are gang members. Like it's a culture.
Right, but they dress way differently now.
Yeah, they're just different. But see, that's where they're more dressed.
Yeah, like assimilate.
Back then, everybody had the baggy shit.
Right. Now they assimilate, right?
The hat, like, whatever. But I just talked to him like I said. I still know my rights. I'm not sitting on the curb.
Right.
But I did hear one of the guys say something about you want to put him on tour or some shit like that. I didn't know what the tour was. And
What is a tour?
He's cool, right? So he came back, gave him my license and all this shit. You know what the tour is?
No.
It is with LA County or whatever the shit is. I can't remember who the sheriff guy's name was.
Daryl Gates?
But what they do, they'll arrest you. No, that's not his name. They'll put you, they'll lose you in the system, so nobody can find you, and they'll put you on these buses. And every time you get on the bus, I think it's $100 for the state. So they'll put you on lose you for 3 days, but you'll be going, thinking that you're going to court or whatever.
Yeah.
But each time you get on that bus, that's $100 or $150 per head.
For real, right now, you're saying that for real. I mean, I know.
Anybody who's been to jail.
No, I know. I'm totally. But I just want that to be like a. You could say it again, even. Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? LA was so fucked up, man. I was like, damn, I thought Rampart was bad.
Right.
I actually knew some guys personally that worked for Rampart, and some of the shit they told me they got out. One retired, but one he just got out before the shit hit the fan because he had a lot of bodies on them.
Okay, well, just to be devil's advocate right now, right?
Yeah.
What they saw all day, every day, all day long. Because I recently told my dad, like, I'm one of the main things that I'm so proud of him about is the fact that I never ever saw him come home angry, and he was doing double duty and all night, And the amount of shit that the guy saw all day long, and the one that was amazing, he never had to use his gun. That's crazy.
But it's like.
But I mean the amount of shit, but that's what they sign up for, 100%. At what point does Rampart? Why did they go above and beyond, or what was it that?
They were like murder for hire. They were doing all kinds of shit. Huh?
Yeah, because. Do you think that there's only two sides of the coin here? Either you want to do, if you become a cop, either you want to do some justice for someone, or you're a sociopath and you want all this power.
I had a buck down by a dude to try to extort me.
I know, but what do you think? Which one is it? Is it just that black and white, or is there something in the middle where guys may just want to, they just want a paycheck?
Listen, I think school teachers and police officers,
right,
should be trained well, paid a lot more.
Right.
it should be the badge you put on. It should be a badge of honor. Like,
Right.
you see a cop that's like, oh shit, like you're
That's
seeing
a cop.
celebrity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a cop.
How it should be.
Right. Well, that's what they told us when we were growing up.
I mean, that's how I like to appreciate. And trust me, there's a lot of good cops out there.
Right.
A shit ton of them.
Right.
But then again, their superiors pressure them every day. Like these quotas they got.
Uh-huh.
They gotta write this many tickets. They
Right.
gotta, like, I don't know if it's the quotas for arresting people. And it's like, it's all money. It's a machine. It's money for the state or money for the city. And these cops go to work under pressure all the time.
Yeah, like imagine like you come back from like a beat or whatever, and they're like, well, what happened today? Nothing. Well, where the fuck were you? Were you like, you just hanging out under a tree at the golf course, or what the fuck you been doing?
Beats turned into a beat down.
Right?
I just got back from a beat down.
Yeah, nothing. The city's safe. The city's safe. And they're like, motherfucker, we know the city ain't safe.
You mix that with which was good at some point,
Right.
with
I don't know.
cops having Masonic lodges and shit. That I don't like that.
I know you don't.
Secret brotherhood shit. You know how many lodges are in the United States? I believe there's. It's not 10,000.
Yeah, but to your point though, Serge, and I can only speak from experience. My dad told me, because when I and I realized this firsthand when I got charged with felony hitting an officer of Long Beach, which was absolute bullshit. I was in a fight with 5 dudes and just me and my buddy. When I felt like the police report would come out, I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna be the police report's gonna say exactly what happened. I was dancing with some girls, or who cares, right? Hello. Oh, I guess he's no longer there. Well, anyways, I was dancing with okay, there it is. Where'd it go? Going a shit show, isn't it? From what we thought was gonna be 30 minutes has now gone on 2 hours. But that's the kind of thing that we bring to you here at the Who Cares Podcast and What's the Play? Real talk. Even if I can't have glasses on. All right. Serge, where'd you go? I just hope that everybody out there understands, like, there's not one side or another, or this side or this. There's so much gray area. There's so much, not gray area, but there's people's ability to live, people's compassion, people's anger. And you can't discount any of it, because what that person goes through is not what you go through, right? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yes, but we're gonna put you on.
Sorry, I lost you, man.
I know.
Damn, that sucks.
Here we go.
My
Do you see the video?
usually beeps. Yeah.
Oh, we're not video. We're not video then.
Slow.
We're not video.
It was plugged out, and I didn't even see it plugged out.
Are we going video?
It fell out.
Are we going video? Can you see me? Oh, he just went away. So what I'm saying is that there's always 3 sides to the story. There's your side, that person's side, and usually the truth. And I know that's hard to admit, because of course you feel that you're the one that's right. Of course we do. Why wouldn't we? But you're not always right. All right. Let's hear it.
Are you there?
Yes, there you are.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yeah, there you go. I can see it.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that.
No worries, man. I mean, we both done it to each other. We're even. We're even, Serge. We're even. I was just kind of telling everybody, like, there's always 3 sides to every story. So real quick, there's what you believe and what the other person believes, and usually the truth is kind of somewhere in between that. We can't be so passionate about, because we a lot of times we don't look at what other people have gone through, and even if we think that they haven't gone through what it might be insignificant to us, that doesn't discount their insignificance of their problem, because that's all they know. You know, like we look at like maybe some rich white people that, you know, their dad never loved them. Oh, poor them. You know, but maybe that's big to them. You know.
This is why I wanted our next conversation to be about the corporation, because it helps you to understand how the elite live and why they're so disconnected.
Yeah.
Because, and you get to, you watch this thing that I sent you, and then we'll leave the link for them for the next show we do.
Okay.
You'll start seeing where the disconnect, where the greed is, but they don't know. They just don't know.
The amount of greed. The amount of greed. Right.
They don't realize the majority of the people don't live like that.
Right.
They don't understand the beat down. Like there was one guy who was like, I don't even know where my products come from. I don't know what kind of damage it's doing. All I know is the boardroom, and I'm
right.
$1 billion.
Right.
I didn't know that these people work in sweatshops. I mean, they don't know.
Right. But that's not. But just because they don't know is not an excuse for them not to know, because they're fucking smart. They should fucking know that shit, right?
But you'd be shocked.
I know. That's what's crazy.
But I mean, there's so many more dynamics.
Right.
There's things that they do know, and they choose to ignore.
What I was just about to say right now, we got cut off. I was going to say, like, look at the cops. I grew up, you know, whatever one way, and my dad was always like, you know, a lot of people think that we all have this brotherhood or whatever of getting each other's back, and the problem is that a lot of them, when they see somebody that is fucking up, or that like cries, they ain't gonna risk their lives for this fucking idiot. You know what I mean? And that's what he said. But yet, when it happened to me, all these idiots in the Long Beach Police Department, they must have wrote 7 fucking which ways till Sunday, just fables. I mean, if it really happened that way, I would say, you know what, I was wrong. But the problem is, everybody was wrong in the situation. From me to them to everybody, to the people I fought, everybody was wrong. And the way they made it sound, they absolutely wrote fables, like Aesop's fables.
Yeah.
So what is that? So they're all dum-dums and they're gonna get this idiot's back? Like, what are you doing? If you were an idiot, Sergio, I would not get your back. I'm just being honest with you. You're not. You're a very intelligent guy.
I was on in a situation where I was arrested, right? And it was like a type of fraud thing. It's like some credit card shit, white collar bullshit.
Right.
These motherfuckers.
What?
I don't even want to get into how I had my situation structured. But anyway, I'll just say this.
Right.
2 of the cops went on full vacation with my tickets and my shit.
What? So they didn't even, they couldn't even they couldn't even grab the information or whatever that happened?
On vacation with my shit.
Wow.
And I knew that it was them, because I knew it was them. Because these were like some open tickets. So I knew it was them. Then I called up, like trying to get my, lesser charge. And they're like, yo, man, if you really want to create some shit, go right ahead.
They told you that?
Shut the fuck up and deal with it.
Really? They told you that?
Dude, why would I?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, that's what the court.
I used to tell a story about that, because this is even I'm not saying who and when and what.
No,
I'm telling you this shit happened.
I know, I'm just doing it for information or emphasis purposes.
Because I was like, what? Like, fine, I get back, and I'm just like, what?
Right.
Like one of those things.
Right. And that's when you start to realize, huh?
I had like these tickets you could use anytime. You could, I could use them anytime. Once you had them, that you had them for like anytime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Uh-huh. So one day I go, what did I do with my first time? What the fuck I do? So I start calling, because I have the shit. And then they're like, yeah, you flew already. What?
Wow, really?
Yeah, because they had it.
Right, they had your info. They had your info. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a different time, huh? Like they just I mean, I'm sure they would do that now, but they just can't do it. They're not.
No, there's no way in hell they do it.
They could do it. Yeah, they couldn't do that like that.
Yeah. I was quite
And thank God, right? Thank God that these things are happening in Minneapolis, like where the cameras are on these people. Because imagine what the fuck happened before this.
Exactly. The people before, all these victims. It's
such a weird feeling.
Shame. But then again, you have the
rabble rousers.
People of color. I keep saying people of color because even the black things. Like,
what about a non-black person of color? Do you know what that is?
I'm just trying to get used to being not feeding into the mental stigma of things.
Mental bullshit.
Yeah. So I think because of it's of course people of color are more traumatized.
Right.
Because I didn't think it was true, but I see more black people of color are afraid of dogs because of sometimes you pick things up generationally, and I was like, bullshit, after a couple of years I'm like, yo, maybe there's something to this.
Yeah, you get it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then I read some articles and stuff, and they're like, yeah, sometimes generationally, sometimes you're traumatized. Like people who've been through war, sometimes it transfers through.
Right, and in some, you know what? That's a great analogy, Serge. Somebody who's been through war, like, because, and it sucks because I don't want to talk to every black friend of mine that I know, like they're the speaker of all black people. Like, what is it that you're going? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like, that'd be like me. I'm the speaker of all half Mexican and mutts. All right, I guess that's what I am. But you are such an individual. All of my black friends of all they all are such individuals. It's a shame that everybody's being painted with this.
Everybody's been painted with this thing,
brush,
making you lesser to do that because.
And they don't have that same experience. Some of them don't have them. Some do. Some don't.
But I see the trauma though, because sometimes people were not allowed to be. I mean, you see stuff like,
and that is real.
I don't know if you ever seen anything on Black Wall Street. I don't think you've even heard of it.
The Boule?
No, Black Wall Street.
That's not Boule Society?
No, it's probably one of the biggest atrocities that ever happened on American soil to American citizens.
Black Wall Street?
Black Wall Street happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, the one that Trump just all of a sudden picked that date.
All those successful
1920.
Yeah, and because it was about keeping the money in the community.
Right.
There are so many days until you ship it out.
Juneteenth.
They were doing, and they were building businesses and everything. And something happened where a guy got on an elevator.
Oh, you're cutting out right now.
Elevator got up and he got off. She yelled out rape. So now the townspeople came, and she was an elevator operator. Townspeople came down and was like, oh, we're going to lynch him tonight. So then the brothers came out of their community with guns, and they said, listen, we want him to get a fair trial, so we don't mind assisting you guarding him until we figure out what's going on.
Right.
The other townspeople came up, like, hey, shit, they down there with guns. Right?
No, I know.
So a giant shootout ensued. I can't tell you how many people died. Right. But this wasn't the worst of it. I mean, death is death, right? So
death is death. That is true, yeah.
But they flattened their town, bro. They used airplanes and bombed. Like, you gotta see the pictures.
Is this what we're talking about when Trump just said he's gonna do what he's gonna do? Yeah, 100%.
You don't want people to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you don't.
And like that's when you use that word.
Right. You're right, Serge. And I feel that like everybody back then, I don't say everybody, but I mean, there was a man across the street who I loved, Mr. Young. He was a great man to me. He was an honest, good guy, but I'm gonna say that he might have had the tendency, and he wouldn't. I think he said something about, well, I can pick him off as maybe there's some good in the, but as a whole, I don't know what he said. He said something like that to my parents or to me or something like that. And like he was a good man, but that right there is racism. Do you get what I mean? Like you're really willing not to like talk to people because of the color of their skin. That's crazy to me.
What concerns me, I don't care what's in your head. If I get
all right, that's fair. Yeah.
Witness what's in your head. That's on you.
Right.
But the thing is, when you have the ability to change my life because you don't like me.
Right, and that's you're right.
When you can
right
be above the law and you like
right.
You can walk your own path. That's cool. Like New York, there's a lot of people in our hood that other people didn't like.
Right.
But you respect them and you just keep it pushing.
Right.
And you don't talk shit about him, and you just let that man be, and he let you be.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
And even when something happens in the hood and something's going on with you, that other man still got your back because ain't nobody coming in our hood and doing it.
Because you know what a lot of people don't really realize too is that Hispanics, as I know personally, Hispanics, and a lot of them in my family is the extended family. Let's say that. Yeah. They all act like they're like for everybody black. Man, some of the most racist Hispanics can be some of the most racist people against and it's okay or whatever it is. It comes from a deep mayates. They would say that kind of shit. I mean, what is that? You know what I mean? And so for everybody, like
a gay guy,
Chinese, a gay.
Same thing happens in the gay community.
Right.
It's everywhere.
Right.
But the thing is, you gotta respect the next man. You can't just think you can step on his neck and get away with it.
Right.
And that's what this whole thing's supposed to be about.
Right. We're talking about an incident. We're talking about one incident.
It's not a kumbaya
right.
together.
Right.
It's about tolerance and respect.
Right.
And that's it. That's it. And like all this stuff about pulling down these statues.
Right. Well,
it's ridiculous. I tell you why it's ridiculous. First of all, history is written by the victors, right?
Right.
So a lot of history could be bullshit, but guess what? Let that motherfucker just keep that shit up there. Because when the time...
You didn't win? Is that what you're saying? You didn't win, so you're asked out.
I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want people hiding statues behind that. I didn't do nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think that if we have statues of these Confederates, that we have statues of these Confederates.
Keep that shit up there, bro.
Why? They lost.
Because it ain't harming you, and they're saying this is what history was. The worst thing you could do is forget.
All right. No, 100%.
Oh, it's going to happen again.
That's true. That is true.
Why would you want to tear that shit down when that was a part of what was going on to remind you that shit ain't supposed to happen again?
Right. Because if the statues are there.
That's the way I feel.
No. If the statues ain't there, then did we ever have the Civil War or whatever? Yeah, I got you.
It didn't even happen.
Right.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, because I don't even know if the 1980s happened, bro. Like it's so far ago.
Yeah.
Like it's like there was. I love my grandma, bro, but like I don't even know if she like now if she's even real. Like she died, and I loved her like a mother. I mean, she's like my mother, and like oh my god, like what was that? What was that?
And what's so dangerous is that we're stepping in the digital world. So fuck, man.
Right.
I don't even know if we're gonna like all this stuff they want to give us this COVID and all this.
Right.
Are they gonna kind of somehow get the VRs on us?
Right.
Some other way, and put us in another world?
Damn, I've just been thinking about sex, bro. Like they might change all of our colors. Or maybe I've just been thinking about like fucking. They might just change our races altogether, and we're like, oh shit. Well, okay.
Well, how about like?
Or we're just triangles.
We control the. See, this is where I stand up against things. This is why I don't like technology. I don't like Bill Gates. I don't like
Bill Gates. I like technology.
Top. Because they're the descendants of the same evil motherfuckers that gave us the beatdown before. So,
right. Well, and you got to realize too that the guys that are in charge are the ones that got the beatdown too. The guys that Bill Gates got a beatdown in college, dude. You know that, or high school. His whole life was a beatdown.
But it's a small group of people.
Right. A nerd.
What people? Small group, not nerds. Well, yeah, but
there's nothing wrong with that.
These people to control.
Just don't be revengeful.
So That's my issue.
Yeah.
The people at the top, and like I said, in our next show, we're going to talk about the corporation.
Yeah.
The corporation at one point might have had good intentions, but they turned that thing into a monster, bro. It's like, it's like, you ever see the Godzilla movies when he's over the city just kicking down buildings and blowing up shit and burning? That's the corporation.
Kicking down Asian buildings.
That's what it does. And that's why I've been trying to talk to some of the most intelligent people I know, and they still didn't get it because you know why? That's where their money comes from.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yo, don't talk about my money. Fuck all my money. You know what I mean?
And that's what this whole thing, I think we should end it on this. Everything right now, everybody's like getting, like maybe you want to go run with this here. Everybody's getting real caught up about the racism part when they should be looking at the classism and the money aspect. Follow, like, you know, so if you want to maybe take us out.
Like I told you in the last show, what's the biggest religion in the world? Moneyism. And every problem, you really want to know the truth, or if you can stand the truth, because most people cannot stand to hear the truth.
Right.
Even if it kicked them in the face, they don't want to see it. They don't want to deal with it.
Right.
Follow the money. Any story, anything, just say, what? That happened. Where did the money come? When you start doing that, and you start getting answers really quick.
Real quick.
But people don't want the truth, bro. If you wake up, I told you, if you wake up 9 o'clock, by noon, I bet you've told at least 10 lies. But you don't even realize it because we're in a society that's programmed us to not deal with the truth. I mean, you go online, Tinder, swipe left, right, or whatever the fuck it is. I've never been on there, but
that's pretty
left.
That's
swipe right.
What would that be? Would that be racist, or would that be? That's not racist. That's beautyist or lookist, or because obviously you do not like ugly people, right? If you swipe left, that means you're an ugly motherfucker. How terrible is that to ugly people? How many ugly people do not know?
I'm pretty.
Huh?
It depends on what's in your mind for ugly or pretty.
All right, look at.
That's all lust. I mean, come on, let's face it. It's all
well, tell that to the ugly people that didn't get a shot at getting the hookup.
People gotta be nicer to you, like.
Absolutely. So, ugly people out there, make sure that you. Well, we're here talking. We're talking about swiping left. Could be the new horrible. What is that? What would you call it? What is swiping left? Is that ugliness? Ugliest?
Orange.
Yeah, I think so.
It might be the new orange. So, I was gonna say, damn, I hate to be like so serious about everything, but we're living in.
We have to be serious.
But I mean, we always had fun. But damn, there was something else I was gonna say. Not about ugly people.
Well, to all the ugly people out there, just be glad. One of these days, your day will come too, and you will be able to, have a platform. Hopefully not soon. Ugly people, hopefully not soon. I'm just kidding. I love you all. I've had great experiences. I've had great experiences with ugly people.
What I'm trying to say is, people,
Karens of the world.
We live in an instant gratification
Yes.
era. We want everything here now.
Mm-hmm.
We do lie all the time because look on anybody's profile. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody's profile. And I bet you if you go through it, you're going to find some lies.
Oh my God.
It touched up.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, women wear makeup. She lying too.
Right? I love that eyeshadow though.
Chris Rock said that. That was a very brilliant joke. But
well, that's why I was trying to start this thing with the pink eye thing because, hey, look it. I'm being real about you. I'm wearing glasses because I got in the booty.
Well, I mean,
how can
I say about that?
On that note,
very honest with you, and I think that's wow.
A little too much.
Learn something.
Learn from me, people. Don't do it.
Next time, eat ass with glasses.
shooter glasses. You know those ones that they.
What's your point? Like,
I don't know what my point is. I really don't.
You call it Pinky now? You call it Pinky, or does she call you Pinky?
I don't call her at all. That's what I'm saying.
Damn. So, you mad at her because she gave you Pinky?
Well, shit. Some
And you
people
went
got to be hygienic in this world.
You went after it.
I take showers.
I heard when you went there.
I take showers.
Oh, she didn't shower.
I don't know. I would assume.
Yeah,
I have a long history of this,
guess
actually,
you would
Sergio.
assume.
Oh shit.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I just set you up like a. Here you go. Here's a softball. It says dog out of the park.
No.
I know. It is what it is. Look, we're all humans. We're all dirty motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta be who you are. I mean, man, you know. I talk a chick like she owes me money, so.
See, that's not, so on our websites and on our Twitters and all that. It's the real deal. So anybody else?
It's real. Oh yeah, I don't even smile when I come. I come in, I lean up against the wall, and my dick coming out.
All right. On that note, we're coming.
Wall.
Twitch, we love you so much. Thank you for being a part of this.
I had a great time, bro.
As always, Sergio. I'm gonna hug you right now.
When's the next joint?
Whenever anybody wants it from us.
Okay. All right. Hopefully we do like Wednesday or something.
I've got a very serious situation with my eyeballs.
Yeah.
I could be blind the
Sorry
next
for
time.
being so serious on everything, but you know sometimes you gotta get something.
You gotta get serious. I could be blind though by the next time you talk to me.
No. And if anybody has any questions or whatever,
Yes. Sergio Love, give everybody your Twitter. And your Twitter and your Instagram, please.
Mine is Serge Love. The Twitter, I don't even know how that goes, but it's Serge Love. SERGE LOVE. That's my Twitter. I have my Instagram, which is Serge Love. Sergio Love 777.
Right.
4 sevens. And what else?
Is it 4 sevens or is it 2 sevens?
We ain't doing PayPal yet.
And if you think Sergio's a badass motherfucker and he's telling you like it is, go to whatsplay.net /Patreon. Patreon/whatsplay Patreon.com/whatsplay and just put in the tagline. We don't like you, but we love Sergio Love. Yes, let's put that in.
I like to use the 4 sevens. That's my joint.
Okay.
And I have Patreon.
Oh, he has a Patreon too. I'm sorry. Go ahead. But the link was a little weird. Remember? The link was a little weird. Remember I told you?
Did you find it?
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Okay.
So until he gets that ready to go just send it to What's to Play and just put in the tagline because we trust each other. Just put in Serge Love. It needs, this is for him, not your ass. You can put that shit if you want to. This is for him, not you, stupid. But as long as you put Serge Love and we know, come on.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We're trying to give you the ideas.
Things will get a lot better. I mean, man, we're gonna do some stuff. It's just that when we started to do this, none of this madness was going on.
Right?
It wasn't.
Not even close, huh? Not even close.
It's on. It's on.
It's on.
But I just want people to not feel like they're not thought about in a sense, or they don't have a place to go and talk to.
100.
That we'll share with them. I mean, the worst thing you could do to somebody telling you something is say they're crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes people just need to talk, and this is the place to come and share stuff and talk, and that's it.
Well, thank you, Serge. I love you, man.
Much love, my brother, and just hit me up because we have some other stuff to talk about. I'll send you that link for that thing. I think I already did. And we'll do that for the next show about the corporations. All right?